Oh, is it recording?
It's recording.
Oops.
I'm gonna put that in the...
Don't do that.
Boo! Acting all shy. Hi guys, it's me again, LesDaChef, also known as LesDaChef. Was it LesDaChef? Also known as LesDaChef. We are all branded looking like billboards. Usually you're used to seeing me on my own, and in a few minutes you're going to be seeing a video that I drove all the way to Mpumalanga to record on top of a mountain with my lovely lady here, Sisipho. Hey, I need to introduce Sisipho. She's not my sous chef. Actually she is, but my sous chef in life. She is my person, and I normally don't talk about my personal stuff, but she is here. And the people at Lucky Star, I sent them my lovely video, which you're about to see in a few minutes, which was shot on top of a mountain. I'm going to keep saying that. They asked me to actually bring the person who's behind the camera onto camera and get her involved and talk about the emotional stuff, which is what I avoid a lot of on my channel. If you watch my other channels, they're very serious. I teach you about food, I teach you the way I make stuff as a chef. I don't go into the soppy stuff, but we're going to get into the soppy stuff. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but Sisipho is going to be cooking, not me. You're going to see me cooking on top of the mountain, but we are back in my house right now. And Sisipho is going to be making us something. I keep saying her full name, and she doesn't like me calling her by a government name, and she calls it. Say hi to the people.
Hi.
Some softness to the LesDaChef channel, not just me and the tattoos and everything. We are playing with Lucky Star. You love this.
I do. I like pilchards.
Why do you love pilchards?
Pilchards are good. They're easy. You can have them with rice. You can have them with pap. You can have them with pasta. You can have them with bread. You can have them with eggs. You can have them with noodles.
You have pilchards with eggs?
Yes.
Okay. I grew up having pilchards. I grew up during the very dark days when the middle of the month was very dark. It was either cabbage or pilchards.
Or both, which is good.
Sisipho always should. If I could make her something fancy, like some leg of lamb, she'll put pilchards on it.
That's not true.
You didn't have lamb with pilchards.
No!
But you'll have them with eggs and noodles.
Pilchards are good.
Pilchards are good. They're good for you. They're full of omegas and they're full of other things for your system. Fish is always awesome. But this is what I love. I love sardines. I love them in a sandwich. I love them in pastas. I love mashing them up and making sardine and mayo sandwiches. That's what my dad used to make for us. Back in the day when we used to travel, my mom and dad used to bake, but they used to always have brown bread, and we used to love white bread. But it was always brown bread, and they would bake us sandwiches. Sardines mixed in with mayonnaise on a sandwich, and that was our road trip food. So this is my memory of Lucky Star. We used to have the sardines, but we also had these, which is what Sisipho is going to be cooking today. What are you making?
I'm going to make a Pilchards Kota. I've never made it before, but I just know it's going to taste so good.
A Pilchards Kota. Yeah. Don't come and say, LesDaChef is playing around with... This is her idea. I didn't tell her, make a Kota, but we're making a Pilchards Kota. And I'm going to be behind the camera now, since Sisipho was my camera person. But once I moved behind the camera, here's what we shot in Mpumalanga. Where was it? BLYDE River Canyon.
Yeah.
Beautiful place, visit it, and you can have a good time and cook like we did outdoors. As I snap my finger, there we go. Hey guys. Hey, I always said I'll never start my YouTube videos with hey guys, and here I am doing exactly that. We're at the top of the BLYDE River Canyon. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, if it's BLYDE or BLYDE, but we're on top of that canyon right now. I'm traveling around, gallivanting, and cooking up a storm as we go. Socially distancing, of course, but still cooking up a storm and seeing beautiful places. If you are South African and you are able to travel, go out, support hospitality in our country. But the reason I'm making this video this time is actually to show you how you can actually play around with pilchards. We are going to be making omelets later on with pilchards, which I'm not a very big fan of because I had so much pilchards as a kid. You know, some of those dishes where you have it so much as a kid, when you're an adult you try to avoid it. But the person behind the camera, my lovely girlfriend, she loves Pilchards, so I'll be making an omelette for her using Pilchards, showing you how you can actually cook a beautiful omelette using Pilchards, but also being creative with it. And then for myself, I'll be using mackerel and also making omelets with that. And in the beautiful outdoors, people always get worried when you talk about cooking outdoors, because we're so used to being indoors in a sterile environment with the stove there, with the sink, with everything being close by. But you can actually cook outdoors. I mean, our ancestors cook outdoors. Camping, you can also always cook outdoors. You don't always have to be braai. You can do breakfast outdoors. You can do a lot of things out there. And these days you also get these lovely small portable stoves, which is what we do. We carry a traveling portable stove, and I use a portable stove for a lot of my YouTube videos as well. I'm sure you noticed if you subscribe. Enough of me talking, let's get cooking. Let's go make some omelets. Adding a little bit extra because my girlfriend reminded me that I didn't say Lucky Star. I said Pilchards. There's a thing in South Africa, if you mention Pilchards, you automatically think Lucky Star. We associate Pilchards with Lucky Star, but Lucky Star doesn't only make Pilchards. They have a whole lot of different types of canned goods. There are the mid-cut fish that we're going to be making, which is mackerel. They have salmon as well. They have sardines. My favorite are the sardines. We actually have some back in our little chalet, but we will only be using the middle cut and the Pilchards. Lucky Star is a full range, and there's new products as well. Over the next few weeks, other people also be showcasing them, but yeah, we are working with the fish today, just to show you how versatile you can get. Hey guys, you just saw me up on the mountain looking over the BLYDE River Canyon. We are traveling around Mpumalanga, having a good time, just exploring. We know we've been under lockdown. Last time I did a YouTube video, we were sitting in my living room and I was trying to show people how to cook at home during lockdown and the way we chefs cook. Now I'm going to show you what we chefs do when we are traveling. I'm making an omelette for you today. Lucky Star. I grew up with these. Yeah, if you grew up in Soweto, then you'll know these. I'm an 80s baby, and my mom would make these every other day. Lucky Star Pilchards. I'm not a big fan of Pilchards anymore. I think I had way too much of it as a kid. But the person behind the camera, my girlfriend, loves Pilchards. These are the chili variety. These over here is what I'm going to be making for myself. So I'm going to be making two omelets. One folded Lucky Star Pilchards, and the other one is going to have mackerel. Middle cut means basically the head and the tail have been cut off, but you get the middle, literally the middle of the fish in the can, hence the can being a bit taller. I'll be showing you how to make an omelette outside. I was going to use the braai over there, yeah, but it is way too hot for that, and I'm sure you don't want to be seeing a chef sweating on camera in the sun making a braai. We're going to do that a bit later, but right now we're making breakfast. It is only 9 o'clock in the morning, and we've been traveling thousands of kilometers, and we're tired of takeaways, so I wanted to quickly make some omelets. So the ingredients. If you're wondering why I'm scraping out the insides of the tomato, if you're going to be adding tomato to your omelette, you don't want tomato running all over and leaking out of your omelette. So what we do in the restaurant world, we scrape out all the seeds and all the pulp in the middle of a tomato, and then we chop it up. It helps with presentation. It also helps with less of a mess when you eat it. So you'll notice I've got the pan going. To prevent an omelette sticking to a pan, you get your pan super hot first, and then you switch the heat off. Let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes, let it cool down, and then you can switch it on again. That helps your pan become non-stick. Your friend in making omelettes is a pan that is non-stick. So that's a very important step. What we're going to do here, we're only going to make a 2-egg omelette because I'm using a small pan. This isn't my pan, these are the pans from our accommodation. I would make huge omelettes at home, but yeah, it is what it is. We are traveling. Notice how it's not sticking. That's because of that oil that I talked about earlier. And this one will be for my girlfriend, who's my current cameraman. She doesn't like moist eggs. She likes them well done, I guess. So now that is done. Remember, there's a thing called carry-over cooking in cooking. Anything that you're making, because of the heat in it, will carry on cooking. Do you want onions in it?
No.
No. Sweet pepper. Sweet pepper in there. Tomato?
Yes, please.
Tomato goes well with pilchards, I'm sure you know. Hence all those tomato and pilchard recipes. A very famous minister of ours. I'm going to add spring onion. I know you don't like onion, but this is just for some color. That famous cooking minister of ours, he likes tomato. And tomato works well with pilchards. I'm going to break that up into there. You've cleaned out all the bones. I'm going to take some of the Lucky Star sauce that's in the middle. And then some cheese. Is that enough cheese for you?
No.
More cheese? Wow, okay. I have to close this thing, huh? Okay, and now, boom. In the sun. Breakfast omelette. Done. Why did you come up with a Kota idea for Pilchards?
Because you don't let me eat junk, and if I can make it at home, then I'm gonna make it at home.
So this is your way of eating junk, just because I asked you to make something with Pilchards?
Yes.
So, okay, fine. During lockdown, a lot of us were stressed out and we didn't see our loved ones. How did you get around it?
I was locked down with my loved ones, so I guess I got around it that way. I couldn't see all my loved ones, but the ones that mattered the most I was with. So I didn't struggle, I cooked every day, which is why Pilchards were really helpful. Sometimes I wasn't inspired. There was nothing I wanted to cook, but when we bought Pilchards like macro size. So I think there's 12. Yeah, so when I didn't know what to cook, I was like, okay, Pilchards. There was mixed emotions in the house. Some people like Pilchards, some people don't. Some people grew up eating too much Pilchards, so they're not keen on them. But I like Pilchards. Pilchards taste good. And the one time my cousin came over and he asked me, what are we having for dinner? I said, we're having pilchard. And he was like, yo, can I go buy some hot wings? And I was like, eat the food first and then you'll see. And we didn't have wings that night because my meal banged. So
excuse us. Okay. All right.
Start.
Can I ask you the age-old question everyone's going to ask you?
What?
Don't you get scared cooking for a chef?
I do. I still do. I was going to say I did, but I still do because it's not even that I don't think you'll enjoy the food. It's just knowing that you probably know how to make what I made better. So in my mind, I imagine that even though you're saying, oh, this tastes so good, you're probably also saying, but I could have added some rosemary. Or, oh, I could have added this. So that's the only reason I'm not so keen to cook for you.
Yeah, it's not that deep. Chefs are human. I'm sure you've realized by now.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, we're just human and we get stressed and we love being cooked for. And you love cooking, which is what I love. Mm-hmm. Cool, let us get cooking. Speaking of which.
Okay, so we're making Pilchards Kota, so obviously it's gonna have Pilchards. It's the hot chili sauce ones, which I like. And bread, achar, cheese, ham, and fresh chips.
You're making the chips from scratch?
I am.
You ever made chips from scratch?
Wait.
Besides the frozen stuff?
No, maybe once. I think once during the lockdown I made. Yeah, this one time I did. But it was, I had to Google or YouTube how to cut the potato.
You YouTubed how to cut a potato?
I did, but now I don't think I remember, so how should I do this?
Don't peel them. One thing with potatoes, the skin's actually good.
Okay.
And I never peel my potatoes. So just chop them finger size because you're making them for a kota. So you don't want them to get too crispy. You want them to be, that soft slab chips.
You didn't say anything. What's finger size? I'm gonna start from the side and come like this.
Finger size. So like so. That lets you just give me.
Do you have resolutions?
Me, resolutions. I do actually. LesDaChef is going to become merchandised. Hence us being walking billboards. All these things that people keep asking for. Yes, you're a very good model. All these people, oh Les, can I please get your aprons? We're actually going to start selling stuff like that. Our knives, we're going to start making stuff. I'm going for a knife making course. I'm going to start making my own knives. That's
very nerdy.
Yes, you know I'm a nerdy chef.
You just go to the shops and you buy knives. Who needs to make a knife?
You're dating a nerd, you know this. I don't know why you say like it's something new. Yeah, so going to try think out of the box as a chef. Since we can't do events anymore and we can't have a lot of people together, which is how we make our money. I'm going to be changing things around and finding ways of making an income in other ways.
Okay.
But that's all serious talk. Let's get back to the cooking. How come your oil isn't on yet?
Just pour it out onto the plate.
Okay, why are you doing that?
I prefer my pilchards without the bones. The bones really aren't that bad because they're easy to chew and they don't hurt you or anything, but I don't really like the texture. Some people do, like my grandmother. If she saw me doing this right now, she would consider it a waste.
Yeah, we never had them with the bones out growing up.
So you ate the bones?
Yeah, they were mixed in.
I don't know, I don't think I like biting into it and getting the texture of the bone.
Okay. And those are chili pilchards.
Yeah, these are the chili ones, and I'm not going to do anything to them. I'm just going to put them in the kota like this with a bit of the sauce that they come in.
The township food.
I think it's going to taste really nice with the achar as well.
Oh, so we're adding achar to the pilchards.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so way to represent. Speaking of your grand, have you seen her? Did you see her in 2020?
I did not.
How come?
Oh, coronavirus.
Which province is she in?
She's in the Eastern Cape. So things have been pretty bad there. She's pretty good though. If I tell her to stay in the house, she stays in the house. She doesn't go anywhere. And you know old people like funerals.
Yeah, and church.
She hasn't been to one. She hasn't been to church. She wanted me to send selfies when I'm steaming. She's very serious. She wanted me to chop onions and put them in all corners of the house. She believed that WhatsApp broadcast. So no, I haven't seen her unfortunately.
But you stay in touch though?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, from my side, I haven't seen much of my family except my brother and my niece and nephew. But I am a diabetic, as a lot of you know on my channel, and I've avoided going out. We've avoided doing things that involve a lot of humans. Even our cooking classes, I don't host my cooking classes anymore, just to be careful and to be safe.
Yeah.
And yeah, you don't want to give people corona. So yeah, we're practicing what we preach.
So we've been shut-ins.
Yeah, how's that been, being stuck indoors with me?
It's pretty chilled. You're a pretty chilled guy. I do miss people. Like I miss seeing my friends, seeing some of my family. But as much as I miss people, I'm more afraid of getting us sick, specifically getting you sick. So yeah, I'm braving it out. But it's chilled. You're fun.
I'm fun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. You hear that? Okay, so what are we doing next?
We are gonna fry the potatoes. We're making the chips.
Making the chips.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How do I taste if this is hot enough?
Take your smallest potato and just throw it in the oil.
Just throw it in there.
Or don't throw, like drop it in there. What's it doing? It's sizzling.
A little.
Okay, so you can put your others in.
Alright.
Do the bread.
Yes. I saw you do this in a video.
Oh, so you're watching my YouTube stuff?
Yeah, when I was stalking you a long time ago. Like this, half, and then a quarter. Like that, right?
Yeah.
Boom!
You were crying for this bread all night.
A girl knows something. I can't wait to eat this bread.
Why do you love this bread so much?
Well, you don't let me eat white bread or anything nice.
What? Sorry?
Just kidding. Okay, now I have to cut out the inside, right?
Yeah. So, what are the things you and your fam are going to do to ensure 2021 is a bit of a better year?
I don't know. I think this year, because so many people have lost so many people, I don't know. I find myself wanting to talk to family more. And wait, should I start this? Should I take them out? Yes.
Yeah, you're the one cooking. I think they're ready to go.
Okay. So I feel like I talk to family more now. I don't think I necessarily didn't appreciate them before, but I didn't realize there was room to appreciate them more. So I talk to family a lot more. I call my grandmother a lot more. I call my mom more. And I think I'm just going to keep doing that because 2020 and the beginning of 2021 has been a little bit, I don't know, all this loss is just not good for anyone's mental health. So I think I'll check on people more than I did before.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I need to do more video calls. I need to, I don't know, we're allowed to visit people, but I don't think I feel safe enough to start doing that.
Yeah.
So the things we will do is probably make more phone calls available, start doing Zoom, teach my father to use Zoom actually, because yeah, he doesn't know how to do that. My nieces and nephew, still young, but yeah, try and wherever I can touch base with people. Know that physically seeing someone instead of just a message, instead of just a text. Sometimes just seeing someone physically via Zoom helps.
That's true.
Yeah, so try using technology a bit more.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the chips back into the oil so we can get crispy. And then when this is done, I'm gonna start assembling the kota.
Oh.
Let's get started. Pilchards? No, I'm gonna do some tomato sauces.
Okay, hold on. Cool.
Then the pilchards. Okay, so I'm gonna put them on and just crush them a little bit. There's it. This is gonna be good, dude.
You reckon?
My sister makes itombolo with pilchards. She's a pescatarian.
Okay.
So when she makes itombolo, she makes like pilchard stew and then she puts her dough on top
So
of
if you were
pilchards.
to offer her this, she'll be pulling all the ham out of it.
She would pull the ham out. She'd have to pull the ham out. Okay, I think that's enough. It's not the prettiest. I ain't go to school for it. Is this
Do your thing.
just blend it up? There it is. All done. I'm actually really proud of it.
A kota, a pilchard kota.
Look at that, get in there. Look at all those
Yeah,
layers.
so it's what people.
She's layered, she's complicated, she's complex. Look at that. That looks so good.
Cool, guys, and that is pilchard kota. I have never in my life seen pilchards in a kota.
I'm proud.
She's proud. I'm going to jump into it to taste her magic. But first, we're signing out from here. Thank you. If you ever want to try something at Lucky Start, is very, very versatile. They don't only make pilchards and sardines. They have a new range. I saw this chakalaka the other day. They have a whole range of different things. Look out for the Lucky Star new range of cans. It's always cans, but quality as well. That's one thing I love about them. And yeah, they'll last you forever. Especially now when people are opening cupboards and wondering what they're going to make. Be creative, get the pilchards and do things with them. Like we did with the kota today. Oh, and the things which are on top of a mountain. Cool. There's a eat a chip. There's no pilchards on them.